It does create a nice little randomized pattern. Obviously you can do this with a brush as well. I may actually use a brush as well for this in a sec. Give that a shot. We'll start with the sponge and then we'll go from there. The sponge, I guess, speeds up the process a bit. Because if you want to do manual chips all using a brush, it would probably take quite a while, but... Okay. Tiny little speckles. What's the name of the sponge? I don't know. You give your sponge a name? I didn't realize that we're supposed to have names. Bob? Bob the sponge? SpongeBob? Oh god. I only just got that. That's so stupid. He lives in a pineapple under the sea. Okay. So we got some dirt on the shoe. Let's try and use a regular good old brush. This is a small little brush. I want to try and add some pretty severe chipping, I think. Especially around the edges. So like little spots like this. But I want it to be quite randomized, you know? You don't want to have like anything too obvious. Some tiny gashes here and there. Can't see shit? Oh shit, could you not see? Did I move it out of the frame? It's a little dark, I feel like. Am I crazy? Why is it darker than usual? Is that better? Is that better? Do you... Okay, cool. Just trying to do like relatively randomized dirt splatters all over. Okay. This feels sketchy, dude. I would hope so, Gibbon. I would certainly hope so. There's creep all on my mini, yeah. There is a little bit of creep all over my miniature. There was actually an update to StarCraft 2 last night, wasn't there? Like, they scheduled an update, but I don't know if actually anything happened. It said when I opened up the game yesterday, or like the Battle.net browser, that like there was a scheduled update at like 5 PM CEST. But, or CET. I don't know if anything actually changed or anything even happened. I wasn't home at 5. What's going on, Lena? What do you guys think? I think it was a server maintenance. Ah, okay. That could probably, yeah, that's probably the case. It's a little tricky to see, but I think it looks nice, right? It's not too obvious because the green is relatively muted. So the plan is to try and add like a little dash underneath most of this brown as well, in the most obvious, like the deepest chips, to try and create the illusion that stuff is like... So I want to add like a tiny little line to try and add a little bit of depth underneath all of it. This is kind of fun though, I'm not gonna lie. It feels wrong, but it's kind of tiny little stipples, mostly concentrated around the edges. Let's try and do like one leg at a time. So like start with this leg, I'll do another layer of the green stuff like I was trying to say just now, and then we'll go from there. A tad too much green for me, but I suppose you're going to mask it? No. We're not going to change the green much anymore. Obviously, the feet or the ground will not be green, so that's going to be a lot different by the time we're done with all of this. But most of the armor panels will remain green. But that's just the Sons of Horus colors, you know? Yeah, the ground definitely is maybe a little bit, maybe we can give that a color in a little bit too. The ground is definitely too green. You kind of have to like, picture that the ground is not like this. I finished my planning, by the way, for the next miniature, guys. I finally decided what I'm gonna do. It'll be Vizig Scour, the big demon rat. That's gonna be the next mini painting project. It's gonna be fun. I have scheduled out exactly what I want to do. Yeah, the big Skaven model, the new one that just came out. My patrons got it for my birthday. Great timing, really. Okay. Yeah, Vizig Scour is one hell of a miniature. It's gonna be fun. I wonder if I will prefer doing this all over with a brush rather than with a... I know it's more time consuming this way, but I kind of like the control of the brush. It's a little hard though, like when you think about being randomized as a human, right? You're thinking you're putting down a random motion of different spots and dots everywhere. You're still kind of like... humans kind of autopilot with that sort of thing, you know? Like when we're thinking we're being random, yeah, exactly. Like the randomization of the sponge is hard to replicate. Humans are... we look for patterns, right? I think I want to connect some of the tiny dots over here to create like little scratches. You can't really try to be random, yeah. We're kind of masters at spotting patterns, I guess, which is weird. Also very useful for survivability, I guess, but still. I mean, I can try to be random. Whether or not I'll be successful is a different question, but... Okay. So I saw Duncan Rhodes do this in his video for this particular mini. So what he does is he takes the highlight color, the edge highlight color, which in my case is Pharaoh Guard, and he stipples tiny little lines of this underneath the brown. And it creates like a bit of an illusion that it's chipped a little bit deeper into the actual armor piece. So I'm not exactly sure what this is going to look like, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot on some of them. We don't really need to do this everywhere, but on the areas that are like the darkest, supposedly this is going to create a nice little effect. So we can go ahead and give this a shot, I guess. So he kind of like creates like a tiny little, as long as it's horizontal, it should look like the light is kind of catching into some of these deepest little spots. As long as we keep it really small. Can I maybe try and move the camera ever so slightly? Let me see. We'll zoom it in a little. I took some pictures with the camera yesterday, which I think made it move. How's that? Yeah. It's gonna be a little difficult to see in general though, because it's so small. In general, a lot of this is very small. Your brain can't process painting something this small? I mean, it's fun. This is just creating some color variety, I guess. You think it's more fun to watch other people do it? Fair, fair. That goes with many things in life, I guess, right? So hopefully this is going to look a bit, you know, it's going to make it look relatively realistic. Some people are into that sort of stuff. Watching other people do things? I think everybody's into that, no? Trying to go around the little shoe. Okay. It's a little glossy, so I think it looks a little bit different than it will ultimately. I could definitely also do another run of like a varnish all over this, to make it look a little bit different. But that is the general vibe we're going for. I also think I will have to paint the bottom section of the shoes a bit of a different color. I think I may just make those brown altogether. Like the sole of the shoes. Maybe we can go ahead and do that right now. Need a tinier or slightly larger brush for that. I haven't actually painted that section. I just realized that the sole of the shoe is not supposed to be green. Dreadnoughts aren't considered to be very stylish, apparently. I don't know. No green shoes for them. No green shoes for me either in real life, for what it's worth. Not cool enough for that, chat, I'm sorry. This may be a surprise to you, but... because you're obviously thinking I'm the coolest person you've ever met, right? But... sorry, chat, hate to disappoint you. I'm not? Oh. This will also create a little bit of a separation, I guess, between the floor, the ground. I'm not yet sure what color I want to make the rock or the whatever it's standing on, dude. I have a tendency to make my ground always very brownish, but maybe it needs to be more of a grayish color instead. What do you guys think? For the stuff he's standing on. You posted an emoji, I knew enough. An emoji says more than 1,000 words. So don't post too many emojis. My brain can't handle it if you guys post too many emojis. I just interpret every single one of them as 1,000 words, you know? It's too much. Hey, what's up, Thort? Yeah, so the brown is supposed to be chipping in the paint. And the idea is that we hopefully see some of the original coloring from underneath wherever the dirt is. So it's got to be a mix of dirt and actual, like, dents in the armor. That's the idea. I'm gonna try and make this guy look like he's not just straight from the production line, you know? Like, we've been painting him relatively cleanly up to this point. Now, usually weathering is really fun. I'm just saying, like, it's a little sketchy so far. Because I have spent so many hours on this guy already, and now I'm basically gonna be going in and I'm messing up the stuff that I have painted so far, which is a little scary. How are you doing, Mr. Thort? Just drop a pot of red paint on it, Lowko. Weathering done. No! What does that look like? Does that look good or not? Does that look like there's chips and dents in the armor? Yeah, I think we're gonna just have to trust the process and maybe do a little bit more of it in a little bit. I want to do more of it closer to the feet, because in my mind it makes most sense that these guys would have most of their damage on the legs. I would imagine that most enemies that these guys would fight are not, you know, up to the same height. They're like scars, yeah. Let Toby play with it? No. Then we're gonna get real battle scars. We already had some real battle damage on this guy when we first started with it. He's probably a 30-year-old Dreadnought, because this knee over here, I had to super glue down 3 times. So this is probably a 30-plus-year-old Dreadnought. They get a lot of knee issues. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We'll do a little coat around this boot as well. Kind of want the dirt to be at the bottom of this thing too. It's a little hard to paint there, but it's basically impossible to see anyways. Look, stop projecting onto the Dreadnought, please. Oh yeah, right, sorry. I am pretty old. You are absolutely right, good sir. I'm almost as old as Thort. I think that says a lot. But every year I catch up on Thort. He keeps sprinting away, dude. He might be even older. I need another 3 years. Yeah? Sick. Look, what is it that you use to pin the base to? It's a little miniature paint holder by a company called Redgrass Games. So basically there's like some sticky stuff on this and you stick that to the bottom of the thing. And then if you're painting a couple of different items at a time, or a couple different units, I use this mostly for sub-assemblies, but you can like take it off and then put, I don't know, another one of these things on there. And it works quite well. It's one of those $10 improvements in miniature painting, you know? A painting handle. What's up, Nolan? Good morning. Are you guys fully recovered, by the way, from the hurricane, Nolan? I haven't heard anything about that in a while. Is it all done? Because that did sound pretty sketchy. The house is fine. Your mom will be out of the hospital in another week or two? Oh, okay. Shit. Okay. Does seem a little scary, eh? Jeez. Okay. Old people break easily. Going to wrap her in bubble wrap before the big storms next? Isn't that insane, dude? I swear every time my grandma makes a misstep, she breaks something nowadays. It sucks. Getting old is... Everything's so brittle at some point, man. What did I use to compare paints? There's a lot of good comparison charts out there, Shinny. It depends on the brand. I have a little app called Paint Rack that I quite like for it, but it's not perfect. Sometimes it's just straight up inaccurate. Okay. Back to the sponge. I think we're gonna do the right foot. The bottom half of the foot, that is. Some randomized stippling before we go in with the brush. Pretty good. I'll look into it. It's a conversion chart. The model instruction isn't helpful as it goes off of the old AK range. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if it has that one. I can check if you want. If you could send me like a message, or maybe post it in like the Discord group chat, I will have a look after the stream. It's not a lot of work. It's like 2 seconds. Actually, I could just show you like this, I guess. Hold up. So I use an app called Paint Rack to like keep track of all my paints. And it also has like a library of all other paint brands out there. So okay, these are the ones that it's got. I think it's got most of everything. But I don't know if it has AK's old line. I don't know what that one would be called. But it does have a lot of different brands. So there is AK, but I don't know exactly which lines. Yeah, it's pretty good. Some of the features are pro features, so it's like a 5-6 euro purchase. But I think a lot of the stuff is free. I do recommend it, it's nice. It's called PaintRec. I am not affiliated or anything, but I use it to like add paints and stuff. Yeah, so like this is actually kind of cool. So like if you have a bunch of mini paints, apparently a thing that a lot of people run into is they buy the same paint several times. So what you can do is go to a rapid scan and then basically scan the different like barcodes on the bottles. And you can like scan one. I'm not gonna do it right now because it's gonna duplicate everything that I've got, which is a mess. But you can like scan 1, scan 2, scan 3, and it basically adds them all to like a library of paints that you own. And then say like you watch a video of somebody that uses a paint that you don't have, right? So say you're watching a video of somebody that uses, can somebody name me a color? like a Wazdaka Red. I don't have Wazdaka Red, okay? So Wazdaka Red, I can click on this and then I can click the little pipette and it will show me over here which color I have in my library that is closest in color. So apparently the Resplendent Red is close to Wazdaka Red. And you can kind of use that as a substitute. It's kind of nice. There's a lot of, it's like Shazam for paint, yeah. There's a lot of, but it's not 100% accurate, sadly. It would be great if it was always accurate, but sadly that's not the case. But it is kind of nice though. Because there's a lot of different paint brands out there and a lot of different paint lines and a lot of different painters. And a lot of folks swear by different paints and people that have bought a full range of a different brand here or a different brand there and they don't want to like, especially as a beginner, I've found it to be quite helpful. Ooh, that's a big smudge. I think it's okay, but kind of big. We can manage it. Happy little accident. Yeah, it is a nice little app. I think it's kind of nice because it's very tempting if you like to watch a lot of YouTube videos on how people paint stuff to just go out and buy every paint. Because most paints are like, you know, maybe 3.5 euro, right? So it's kind of tempting to just get another paint because you don't have it. But then it turns out some of the paint colors are remarkably similar. I did that on accident. These two over here. No, not these two. Hold up. I think I have it over here. Yes. Look at these two colors. It's kind of difficult to see. But this one is slightly lighter. This one's somewhat darker. But they can definitely substitute one another. They are almost the same. And I did this and I was like, you know what? Especially if you look at the imaging at the front, it kind of looks identical. I feel like it looks more different on stream than it does in real life. My eyes make them look pretty much the same. Anyways, it's not a huge deal, but you can use it as as like a highlight color or like a blending color, but I'd prefer, you know, I would have liked to not buy that one. It's slightly different. Yeah, you can also mix different colors, obviously. That is also certainly an option. There's a couple of different apps for this sort of thing out there, though. But I'm also somebody that likes to catalog what I have. It's pretty lame. I'm somebody who's pretty specific about that sort of shit, you know? I try to keep my inbox down to 0, and I try to keep my stuff organized, and I I get upset if I can't find, I don't know, the scissors, right? The scissors live in a very specific drawer, chat. They have to live in that drawer, because otherwise, I get annoyed. No, it's not a huge deal, but I kind of do prefer giving things a, you own like 400 colors, but always paint with the same 20? Right. Generally speaking, if I can organize something, I will probably organize it. I don't know if this is a good habit or a bad one, but it is what it is. Scissors are the only thing separating us from animals? Right. Well, I've seen pictures of guys in the chat sharing like, I don't know, someone shared like pictures of like their iPhone home screen or whatever. And they had like 1,200 unread email. That is animal behavior, chat. That is animal behavior right there. I know many of you have that. But I don't like it. You have 5,000 unread email? Ah. I don't like that. Okay. Time to take the brush. I have like 3 emails in my inbox right now. You have 26,000 unread email? I think if you're somebody who doesn't really mind that sort of thing, maybe logging and cataloging your paints is also not your jam, you know? Like, I like to keep you know, an eye out on that sort of thing, but I can imagine if you have 26,000 unread email, you don't give a shit. It's probably not something you're gonna benefit on too much. Your best friend never opens any email? Ugh. I'm also somebody who closes down their computer at the end of every day. I start my computer fresh every day. It's the same for like Chrome tabs or browser tabs in general. I only really have as few open as I actually am using. But I know there's also many of you that will have hundreds of tabs open. Right now, as we speak, I am somewhere in one of the many different tabs that you have open. So you can frantically control tab between everything. I don't know, guys. I am on tab 17. No! First of all, 17? The fuck, bro? Secondly... Okay, fine, I'll allow... Nah. You probably should close some of them, though. Oh, you've limited yourself to a maximum of 25 tabs? Oh, interesting.
You're so good at this, Lowko Lowpok.
Yo, thank you, Crustacean, for the resub and the words. See, there's a lot of Dirt fans in the chat. I feel like I can't really do anything wrong with this step. Which is kind of nice.
Happy birthday, Lowko.
Thank you, Alberto. It is my 32nd plus 2 days birthday today. Hope you're well, dude. Thank you for the support. It's always my birthday. That's my secret. It's never not my birthday. The ultimate streamer dream. The perpetual birthday. Okay, let's go in with some of the brighter color again to try and underline some of the stippling. Trying to go basically underneath every large brown blob. A lot of little blobs though. You got first place in the Fortnite festival? Yo, huge. I don't know what that means, but huge, dude. Congratulations. You're my favorite YouTuber. YouTubers play Fortnite, right? Pretty sure that's how it works. I always wonder how many of the Fortnite YouTubers actually like playing Fortnite. It's like Minecraft YouTubers. Some of them really love it, but many of them are like, welcome back to another video! Like and subscribe! Today we're building a fucking building! They're like very much so, you know, appealing to kids. It's a little, yeah, I don't know. You're good at fake guitar? How much do I love StarCraft? I fucking love StarCraft, dude. StarCraft's a great game. Maybe a lot of the folks also do genuinely really love Fortnite and Minecraft. Okay. A lot of little lines. It's like I can't really do anything wrong here, though. Like, even if it may kinda... I think it's okay. It just looks like there's battle damage. At least that's some hope. That's what I'm hoping for. Looks like spots that paint's been chipped off. That's exactly what we're going for, Mr. Weber. Or Miss Weber. Or Person Weber. That's exactly the vibe I'm hoping for. I wonder if I should paint in the rocks on the ground as like a base coat. It's not really a necessity yet, but it'll make it all look a little bit less less messy. Yeah, we'll leave that to a later time, I think. Let's continue onwards with the stippling. I'm gonna do both of the knee pads next. The knee pads need to get dirt as well. Gonna be a little harder to see, I'm sure. I guess on the decal we can see some of it. Let's just do the rest of the body here. Arm is kind of in the way. Or the rest of the leg, rather. What if I take a slightly larger bit of... hold up. Let me see. Yeah, repainting the ground is definitely going to make things look a little bit more presentable, but that's also going to take a little bit of time, so... I got myself a little larger piece of foam. Okay. Dude, stippling on the skull feels sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. I think as like a base technique this is good, but maybe not so much as like the only way to do highlighting like this. Or highlighting. Downlighting. Whatever you want to call this. Weathering. Dirty Dreadnought? I know, I know. We like our Dreadnoughts dirty. No showering in 40k, especially not in 30k. Dirtifying, that's what we're doing. Dirtification.
It's really great how good your minis look.
Thanks,
Keep
dude.
it up.
Thank you very much. Welcome back, group. I'm sure they maintain dreadnoughts. Yeah, no, I'm sure they would. I'm sure they do. To the car wash. On the Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit car wash hits differently, dude. Whoa, 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 yeah. Do they pray to the Omnissiah and then send it back? In the Horus Heresy, they don't do a lot of Omnissiah praying. Not sure what they do these days, though. God only knows. Gonna add some stippling. We are gonna be doing some spooky games too. Yes. I'm gonna play some Alan Wake 2. I've never played that game before. I heard it's scary, but this is also scary to me, dude. Painting this miniature like this, it is a little bit sketchy, not gonna lie. It is tempting to go very far with this sort of thing, though. You can technically just keep going, I guess. And at some point, there's nothing left other than Weathered Dreadnought. I played Mortuary Assistant last year. Yeah, that game is shit, dude. Horrible game. I hated everything. That game was not my thing. I'm hoping Alan Wake is gonna be more fun than that. I don't really love scary games, but I believe Alan Wake is actually like a legit game, though. I heard it's very good, so we'll check it out. I've never played Alan Wake 2, no. Or Alan Wake 1, no. I don't know how much of a necessity that is, but I hope not. I hope it's fine. I read on the internet it's okay. And as you guys know, lying on the internet is illegal. So I'm sure we're okay. In that game, Alan is not not asleep? Okay. Is his name Leon as well? Because I've played a lot of games where characters kind of look like Leon. But that's a different game, isn't it? At least they behave a lot like Leon. Leon Wake? Oh no. If it's on the internet, it must be true. Right. I like how I started off very timid with this weathering, and we're about an hour in. I'm like dipping my brush and I'm going deep into the green, man. Just keep it going. I've seen some other miniature painters too, and they pout strokes on their thumb. Oh yeah, no, painting your thumb is a very popular thing. I usually paint my, I paint pieces of paper, which is technically suboptimal because it absorbs some of the liquid. Painting your thumb is indeed one of the more common techniques because your thumb and your skin in general is actually pretty good at not, you know, removing any moisture out of the brush.